Hi, this is Shagun Shrestha, student ID number 131747, going to make a video presentation regarding disruptive innovation under internal external marketing and technology perspective. So we are altogether three members in our group, and I will be presenting introduction and internal perspective, and whereas my other two members are Ms. Dhanashree and Mr. Rejo, who will present external marketing and technology perspective, followed by the conclusion. So basically, we are talking about the case study company named FutureMed. So jumping towards the introduction part, FutureMed is a large listed company that develops and markets radiopharmaceuticals. FutureMed, it has been found that there was no any systematic approach for the identification of disruptive technologies in the company. However, most well-established companies today they are leading in their industry in commercializing and developing new technologies are in the first rows. So whereas FutureMed was lacking its aspect, FutureMed was in the behind seat compared to other leading companies. So this study is undertaken on the case study of FutureMed to just analyze and identify and give the review that innovative capacity of FutureMed from the internal, external, marketing and technology perspective. The company's structure, culture, market research techniques are discussed in this video presentation, followed by few recommendations as well. So now moving towards the internal perspective and talking about the analysis of FutureMed company, and innovation strategy helps an organization to design a system or approach to align with the specific competitive needs. And this has been taken from the Pisano 2015 book called Unit and Innovation Strategy. And the reference has been mentioned in the below. So internal perspective includes organizational challenges that present human resource, organizational culture, resource allocation, and organizational structure. It has been found that FutureMed has no systematic approach to identify the disruptive technologies. The company was governed by 7 board of directors that look after the senior management team. The senior management has been selected from each of the department like marketing, finance, research, and development. So senior managers are not trained in business programs, is that they are having difficulty in understanding the disruptive innovations. So on the other hand, we have found out that recommendation for the FutureMed company is FutureMed would be to form an additional team will be solely be responsible for the collection of disruptive ideas and to implement them. When disruptive innovation is applied in an organizational culture would probably create allegations, stagnations, and this is called by Broomer C 2015 with the book named Disruptive Technology and Securities Regulations, and this link has been also put on the bottom line. So FutureMed company was very conservative. It was been found that the youngest senior manager is 55 years old. Hence, it is recommended that the incumbents should prepare for an organizational change. Larger organization is less likely to successfully implement disruptive innovations. And this has been taken from the Christian CM Rayner ME and ME Donald R 2015, which is the book name called What is Disruptive Innovations, and the link has been put in the bottom as well. So it is recommended in the case of FutureMed that being a large Australian company, it needs to modify in business structure. The company needs to make smaller business units so that the managers can enthusiastically take a business decision and grasp emerging opportunities. So henceforth, I'm concluding my introduction and internal perspective part. So I'm going to hand over the external perspective part to my next of the member named Dhanashree. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Dhanashree Thakur and my student ID number is 132276. Here I would like to say thanks to Shagun for enlightening us with the FutureMed's background and internal perspective of organization's capacity to innovate. Well, today I'm going to discuss about the external perspective of organization's capacity to innovate. So, as per the research done by me, on the external perspective, according to the CLP headings published in 2014, external perspective identifies organizational commitment and relationships, regulatory policies, and economic conditions. So, talking about the organizational commitment and relationships, the companies have a stronger relationship with their resource provider and suppliers. FutureMed develops and markets radiopharmaceuticals. The radiopharmaceutical is a unique medicinal formulation that contains radioisotopes that are that are used in clinical areas for therapy and diagnosis. The company has commitment towards cleaning. That is the main limitation of the company. And I would like to recommend here for the company that before entering into such commitment, the company should assess its potential impact on the innovative capacity. Here I would like to give the example of the Apple. The CEO of the Apple, Steve Jobs, who took care of the expectations of the shareholders by informing them that the company would not interfere in their customer focused purpose. So moving to the next point, regulatory policies. What Williams says in the article titled The Effect of Government Policies on Businesses published in 2018 is that government establishes many policies and regulations that guide the organization and affect the business environment. The government implements policies that can change social behavior in the business environment. For example, government levies taxes on the use of carbon fuels and also gives the subsidies to those using renewable energy. Disruptive innovation can be impeded by regulations. Australia's regulations are different from that of other countries. In the case study, FutureMed, being an Australian company, faced difficulty in registering its radiopharmaceuticals in the Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods, that is being administered by the Australian Department of Health. However, the neighbouring countries of Australia, namely New Zealand and Indonesia, have fewer regulations for developing and marketing radiopharmaceuticals. So coming to the last point, economic conditions, the online article, The Theory of Disruptive Innovation, Science or Allergy by King in 2017 says that in some cases, financial system proved to be inadequate support the development of disruptive idea. It is found in the case of FutureMed that company faced difficulty in raising capital to funds and development of radiopharmaceuticals because in Australia it is still in developing stage and only few business financiers understand the concept. That is the recommendation for the economic condition for the FutureMed. So this was all about the external perspective, the marketing perspective and the technological perspective of the organization capacity to innovate will be discussed by Rijo Joseph. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rijo and my student number is 132034. Moving to marketing perspective. Marketing perspective identifies how the organization can capture the market by understanding the needs of the customers. A firm needs to be adaptive to survive in today's complex business world. Innovation includes new marketing concept, management practices, and new corporate strategies. In order to sustain in the business environment, firms need to gain a competitive advantage over their competitors. Marketing strategies are important to capture the target market. Limitations for this case study. Research and Development Department of FutureMed solely conducts the market research focusing on the company's target market, physicians and doctors. The managers of research and development have conducted the market research effectively, but they fail to realize the needs of the physicians and doctors. Recommendations for these limitations. It is recommended for the company to conduct customer visit program that will help the company to obtain customer insights. Managers will visit the customers as a member of the team of marketing and research and development. Marketing managers and research and development managers should hear the same information customers at the same time. Hence, by conducting customer visit programs, the company will be able to know the needs of the doctors and physicians to work accordingly, thus helping the organization to compromise on conflicts and miscommunications between the marketing and research and development team. Moving to technological perspective. This perspective examines the technological strategy for disruptive innovation. Technological innovation creates a huge impact on the economic value. There has been very little research on how the organization form a systematic approach in creating and identifying the technological disruptions. Disruptive technology lacks clarification. It has performance problem as it is new technology and appeals only to the limited audience. Limitation for the case study. It is found in the case of FutureMed that as the company is making new scientific discoveries, it is challenging for the company to create disruptive technologies. Hence, the company had no systematic approach for the identification of disruptive technologies. Recommendation for these limitations. It is recommended for the company to use tricks tool that will help in identifying new disruptive innovation opportunities. Theory of inventive problem solving tricks was developed by Altscher in USSR, which is now being used by many organizations in the world for solving innovative problems. Tricks is a problem solving forecasting analyzing tool and made up of 40 principles, 39 features and 8 trends, and it is used to identify the problem to find a solution to it. Hence, FutureMed should apply this tool to identify disruptive technologies. Supporting recommendation. Step by step following this model of innovation is a key factor for attaining success for FutureMed. The process of innovation can be mainly classified into 3 sub-processes, and they are fuzzy front end, new product development and commercialization. Fuzzy front end is the front phase of the process allocated with the new upcoming ideas for innovation and screening those ideas based on different classifications. New product development process consists of various aspects such as designing of product and manufacturing process. Commercialization is a stage where companies make profits from the output of best products launched from new product development. The figure here reveals that the number of ideas collected initially started decreasing quickly through various steps in the innovation process. According to the figure, out of 3,000 ideas generated, 14 new product development projects were only initiated, and finally market launches only one successful product idea which can survive after market launch. Thereby suggesting this process for this identification of new innovation help FutureMed in overcoming technological barriers. Now, Dhanashree will conclude the presentation. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Rijo. Thus, to sum up, bringing attention on the areas of improvement on these four perspectives in organization, FutureMate should be able to overcome the barriers which question the capacity of an individual organization in the business field. Recommendations regarding the company structure, culture, and the market research techniques have been highlighted throughout the presentation that could help the organization to identify and improve innovative capacity of FutureMate in the areas of internal, external, marketing, and technology perspective. Well, that was all. Thank you for listening, all of us.